So for today, we'll be discussing the history of writing. So define muna natin kung ano yung writing. These are letters or symbols that are written or imprinted on a surface to represent the sounds or words of a language. Pag sinabing writings, maaaring letters or symbols. So hindi lang basta pag nabasa mo, ito lang yung mga mako-consider nating writings. Hindi. So pwedeng drawings, pwedeng logos. Basta nakalagay sa isang surface. It may be written or printed. At meron itong katapat na sound ng isang language. It consists of messages that convey ideas to others. So yung mga nakasulat doon sa surface na yon, yung letters or symbols na yon, merong ibig sabihin sa isang tao. And that, masasabi natin na writings yon. Okay, early writings. Ang mga writings noon, syempre wala pa namang bond paper, 'di ba? Wala pa namang Oslo paper noon. So saan nilalagay ang mga writings? So records were engraved in stones. Bato. Records were also carved on wood. Records were also pressed into clay tablets and they were also marked on animal skin. Later on, i-discuss natin pag nakarating na tayo sa topic na writing surfaces, na ang mga sinuunang tao ay gumamit din ng mga pinatuyong balat ng hayop para gamitin na writing surface. Nagsusulat din sila doon. We also have cave drawings. Yung cave drawings, this is considered as the most popular of early writings. At kasi ito yung patunay na may mga sinuunang tao talaga. Sabi nga dyan, it was the first record of prehistoric people. Kasi 'di ba, wala naman tayong ibang paraan para matukoy kung may tao nga ba noong nauna sa atin, sa panahon natin. So at ang isang naging patunay doon ay ang mga cave drawings kasi imposible naman na hayop ang nag-drawing ng mga nakikita nyo dyan sa picture natin. O yung isa mukhang kabayo. Alam nga namang kabayo, nag-drawing ng kabayo, 'di ba? Hindi. So, patunay nga na may tao na noon pa. They are called, cave drawings are called petroglyphs or petrograms. Later on, i-discuss natin ano yung pinagkaiba ng dalawang yan. And they were developed between 20,000 and 10,000 BC. Next, paintings, katulad ng cave drawings, they gradually developed into word pictures or ideographs, which were used by the Sumerians, Chinese, Aztecs, Mayas, and Egyptians. Katulad ng mga nakikita ninyo dyan sa picture natin. So, since wala pang alphabet noon, wala pang spelling noon. So, ang meron lang ay pictures na kada picture merong ibig sabihin. For example, eto, kapag may mga nakita kayong mga ganitong itsura, mga diagonal na parang letter M o kaya inverted na letter V, ang ibig palang sabihin yan ay mountains. At kapag ganito naman ang itsura, tao pala yan. Yun ang ibig sabihin doon sa ideographs noon. Okay. Egyptian word pictures are called hieroglyphics. Kung makikita niyo sa picture na nandyan, ito yung mga nakikita sa tombstones sa Egypt, sa mga pyramids sa Egypt. At kadalasan, ang mga nilalagay dyan, kunyari, tombstone yon, ay yung talambuhay ng nakalibing doon. Okay. And then, word pictures developed into symbols which were then used to represent sounds or syllables called phonographs. Balikan natin. Nung una daw, pictures lang na may ibig sabihin. And then, eventually, naging phonographs. Yung pictures nagkaroon na ng katapat na sound. May katapat ng syllable. So, may tunog na, no? This then developed into simplified phonetic symbols called phonetic alphabet. An alphabet of characters intended to represent specific sounds of speech. The Sumerians are credited with the development of the first alphabet. So yung phonographs ay unang ginamit ng mga Sumerians. At ito nga daw, o sila nga daw, ang na-consider na unang mga taong nakapag-develop ng alphabet. Okay? Ideographs, pictures lang. And then phonographs, meron ng katapat na sounds. Yung mga pictures na yon. And then, the Phoenician alphabet was used and spread by them throughout the world. And it was between 1700 to 1500 BC. It consisted 22 letters and was written from right to left. So, pabaligtad sila. Nagsisimula sila sa right, papunta sa left. And then 22 letters lang ang meron sila. Phoenician alphabet. And then, nagkaroon na ng Greek alphabet. It was derived from the Phoenician alphabet and has been used by the Greeks since the 8th century BC. The word alphabet was derived from the Greek alphabet's first two letters, alpha and beta. Kaya alphabet ang tawag natin. Alpha and beta, doon galing yun. Their alphabet consisted 24 letters and included vowels. Vowels, A, E, I, O, U. So, meron na rin sila niyan, pero 24 letters lang. The Greeks changed the writing direction from left to right. At ito na yung gamit natin dito sa Pilipinas. At sa ibang parte ng mundo na letters ang gamit o alphabet ang gamit. Ang paraan ng pagsusulat natin is left to right. Left to right, tas bababa, left to right ulit. Okay? So, Phoenician alphabet, 22 letters and written right to left. And then the Greek alphabet, 24 letters with vowels and was written from left to right. The Greek alphabet evolved into the Roman alphabet or the Latin alphabet, which initially consisted of disconnected capital letters for several centuries. Kaya kung maalala ninyo yung Roman numerals ninyo, di ba? Pag 1, capital letter I. Pag 5, capital letter V. Kapag 10, capital letter X. Ayan. Roman scribes invented the lowercase letters that were patterned from the capital letters. Pag sinabing lowercase, ito yung mga small letters. Okay, this letter simplified the forms and made it easier to copy manuscripts. Pag sinabing scribes, ito ang sinaunang printer. Kaso, yung printer, tao. So, for example, nagsulat ako ng libro, 100 pages. Wala pa namang printer noon, wala pa namang photocopying machine noon. So, anong meron? Merong tao. Yung mga tao ay isusulat. As in, i-rewrite nila yung buong manuscript ng libro mo para magkaroon ng madaming kopya. Ang tawag sa kanila ay scribe, tagasulat. Para daw maging mas madali yung trabaho nila. O nga naman, di ba? Ang dami nilang isusulat. So, hanap sila ng paraan para mapadali yung trabaho nila. At doon nga na-invento ang lowercase letters. Okay? Next is handwriting examination. So handwriting is the result of a very complicated series of acts being used as a whole and combination of certain forms of visible mental and muscular habits acquired by long continued painstaking effort. Sabi nga, very complicated series of acts. Kasi hindi lang naman kamay ang gumagana kapag nagsusulat tayo. Gumagana rin ang isip. Kung hindi ka nakakapag-isip, hindi ka makakapagsulat. Kung may problem yung parte ng katawan mo sa pagsusulat mo, for example, hindi nagsisend ng signal yung utak mo sa kamay mo na dapat siyang magsulat, hindi ka rin makakasulat. Okay? In Wigmore's judicial proof, handwriting is defined as a visible effect of bodily movement which is almost unconscious expression of fixed muscular habits reacting from mixed mental impressions of certain ideas associated with script form. Ang handwriting daw, almost unconscious na siya. Lalo kung mature writer ka na. Kunyari, yung katulad natin, mature writers na tayo. Hindi naman na tayo kinder na inaaral pa kung ano ang itsura ng letter A o ng letter B. Alam na natin, kaya unconscious na. Basta sabi ng teacher, isulat ang pangalan. Hindi mo na iniisip kung ano ang itsura ng pangalan mo. Automatic na. Kaya unconscious expression of fixed muscular habits. Fixed muscular habits, patunay na mahirap baguhin ang sulat. Mahirap ibahin ang itsura ng sulat mo. Kailangan mo ng matagal na practice at training pa para ibahin yung sulat mo. Kaya, mahirap mag-forge because of this fixed muscular habits. Reacting from mixed mental impression of certain ideas associated with script form. Some defined handwriting as visible speech. O, diba? Kasi nga, kung ano yung sinasabi natin, pwede rin nating isulat. At pag sinulat natin, ayun na nga yung handwriting. According to Huber, handwriting is an acquired skill. So, skill siya, hindi ito basta-basta. Hindi lahat ng tao marunong agad magsulat na pinag-aaralan yan. And clearly, one that is a complex perceptual motor task, sometimes referred to as neuromuscular task. Kasi, sinabing neuro, this refers to the brain. Muscular, of course, this refers to muscles. Kaya nga, pag nagsusulat ka, gumagana din ang utak mo. Okay? That our hand contains 27 bones controlled by more than 40 muscles. Early forms of writing or the forerunners of writing. So, ito yung mga yon. Paleography. This is the study of ancient handwriting. This focuses on deciphering historical text. Kung maalala nyo yung mga hieroglyphics kanina, kung tayo lang, hindi natin mababasa yon. Pero itong mga nag-aaral ng paleography ay mababasa nila. Kasi nga, yun ang focus ng paleography, to decipher or ma-decode ang historical text. The term came from the Greek word paleos, meaning old, and graphein, which means to write. It is the study of early writing. It embraces ancient and medieval scripts, primarily in Greek and Latin and the languages that were derived from them. Ito kasi yung mga sinaunang language. So, yung mga language na ginagamit natin ngayon ay na-derive na lang doon. Pati yung mga words na ginagamit natin, na-derive na lang din doon. Ito naman yung sa cave drawings, petrograms, and petroglyphs. Petrograms, if drawn or printed on the surface of rocks, and petroglyphs, if cut into the rock. Kapag ang drawing ay nakapinta lang sa bato, petrograms. Pero kapag nakaukit sa bato, petroglyphs ang tawag. Okay? Primitive drawings like those in the ceilings of the cave of Altamira, Spain, or on the walls of Barrier Canyon, Utah. Okay? Ulit. Kapag petrogram, nakadrawing lang sa surface. Pero pag petroglyph, nakaukit. So, nakabaon yung mga drawings nila. Pictographs. Pictures that gradually became signs where each stood for a word or idea. This kind of picture writing probably reached its highest point about 3000 BC in Egypt. This is also known as your ideographs. Pictographs are also known as your ideographs. Ito yung pictures na may mga ibig sabihin. Then, hieroglyphics, ayun na nga, yung Egyptian picture writing. Cuneiform. At the same time with hieroglyphics, the Sumerians invented a system of writing that used wedge-shaped symbols called cuneiform. And then, alphabet. About 1500 BC, Semitic people in the Middle East invented the alphabet. In the alphabet, a written sign stands for a sound in the spoken language. Kung maalala nyo, ito yung phonographs. At yung mga pictures, yung galing sa, yung nagmula sa ideographs or pictographs, ay nagkaroon na ng sounds. Yun na nga, yung phonographs. Next, iconographs, graphical representation of objects or ideas on walls. This is how Neolithic man began written communication as long as 20,000 years ago. Ito nga yung paraan ng pagtatala nila ng history, ng mga bagay-bagay na nangyayari sa kanila, sa pamilya nila, sa kapaligiran nila. Scribe, eto na-discuss na natin kanina, a person who writes books or documents as a profession. Hindi siya author. Pag sinabi kasing author, siya yung gumawa ng libro, siya yung nagsulat ng libro. Ang scribe, as in literal na tagasulat lang. At yun yung trabaho niya, yun yung profession niya. Okay? Next is calligraphy or the art of beautiful handwriting. Sometimes, nakikita ko o napapansin ko na kapag cursive ang writing, yung dikit-dikit or in Kapampangan, tahid-tahid, sasabihin nila calligraphy. Technically, hindi yun calligraphy. It's just a type of handwriting na cursive ang tawag. Pero pag sinabing calligraphy, it is the art of beautiful handwriting. Yung kabaligtaran naman niya, yung opposite niya is the cacography or this is bad handwriting. Next is graffiti. Pag madami, kapag isa lang, graffito. It is from the Italian word graffito meaning a scratch, kalmot. It refers to handwriting or images on the walls or surfaces of a public area such as buildings, parks, toilets, and trains. The word was originally used by archaeologists to describe drawings and inscriptions scratched on walls and other surfaces in ancient Pompeii and Rome. So originally, may mga scratches talaga sa walls doon sa ancient Pompeii and sa Rome. At yun nga yung pinagmulan ng term na graffiti. Pero sa panahon natin ngayon, ito na yung ginagamit natin na term kapag may mga nakikita tayong, usually vandalism sa mga public places, public area, katulad nga ng buildings, parks. And kadalasan, ito ay gawa ng spray paint. Kasi vandalism nga siya, minsan mga nonsense na words nilalagay doon o kaya pangalan ng mga gangs nila or ng iba't ibang organizations or mga drawings lang. Yun na yung gamit natin na, yun na yung tinutukoy natin na graffiti sa panahon natin ngayon. Then we have Bernard de Montfaucon. He laid the foundation for Greek studies with Paleographica Graecia, which is the oldest surviving Greek literary papyri to date, 300 BC or earlier. Ito lang daw yung literary papyri. Ibig sabihin, nakasulat sa papyrus. Papyrus will be discussed later sa mga iba pa nating lessons. Pero ito ay isang uri ng papel. Ito yung pinakaunang papel. At yun nga, siya nga daw ang nakapagsimula, si Bernard. Okay, then we also have Jean Mabillon, who was a French monk, originated Latin paleography in 1861 when he published De Re Diplomatica, a study of forms of official documents. We've already discussed official documents. So, ang forms nga nun, ang nagpasimula ng pag-aaral niyan is si Jean Mabillon. Okay.